Yeah.
Hi.
Hey, everybody. Hello. Hi.
You guys.
Hey, everybody. So
What's
much
going
stuff
on?
going
What's
on.
happening?
So much. I don't, there's nothing. Nothing's happening, right? Nothing.
Right,
Absolutely nothing. Nothing.
Everything's
No.
fine. This
No.
is fine.
No.
Okay.
Everything's great. We're running around with our hair on fire. Ah, no, it's all good. It's
Oh
all
my
good, everybody.
God.
Can I just tell you like the best thing that's happened in the past couple of days? I'm just going to
Please,
give everybody.
let's have some good news.
First of all, I'm going to do an extra video because I went to my post office yesterday and they were like a gajillion presents, and most of them, I'm assuming pretty much all of them are from insiders. So I'm going to do a special insiders video today for everybody. I'm overwhelmed with gratitude. That's the first thing. Just literally losing my mind yesterday. I did not expect that. I expected to go to the post office and just get like a letter, and it was just like, here's a bucket of things. And I was like, oh my God, I was not. So that was the first thing. Second thing is my daughter made me these earrings. Can you see them? Can you see them?
I can't see what I mean. They're a color. I can see that they're
Can
a
you see?
color.
They're
and
like
they're hoops.
And they're little like beads.
Yeah. Like with
I
beads.
mean,
Yeah.
it's the little
things.
It's the little things, you guys. It's just the
That
little
is
things,
good.
right? Cherish them. Anyways,
For
and then
real.
I also want to just point out that you gave an update yesterday on your health, and I'm just super super grateful that you have two amazing doctors that are awesome, God-fearing, wonderful people that are just spectacular. It's so good. It's so good that you have good, awesome doctors that are taking care of you right now, and so we're all very grateful for that. I just wanted to point that out.
So grateful for good doctors who give me their cell phone numbers.
Yeah.
I love that.
So
That's
great. Can you just like say this quick thing? I know we have to do work here, but can you just say the quick thing about the sweet doctor and what he did at the very end of your visit? Because I love that so much. Can you do that?
Okay. Yes, I will do that as soon as we talk about our friends at Eden.
Do that
first, because you guys, I got this out just because I wanted to make sure to show you. Remember, we've talked about these before. These are these amazing tiny. I mean, look at how small this is. It's like the palm of your hand. These are air fresheners that you either plug in or use a USB doodad to plug into a computer, and they freshen up and purify the air in a giant room, like in a matter of a couple of minutes. You've got like a whole different, you can do like just a little bit of freshening. You can do max if you got like stinky lacrosse boys, for example. I'm not saying I do.
Or dogs.
But if you do, and your room has some serious odors, or maybe you like burnt something in the kitchen, you plug this in, you turn it on, the air is fine within a matter of moments. They are amazing.
Amazing.
The last time we talked about them, they were doing like this 3-pack. Well, now it's buy one, get one. So like,
BOGO
ever, you guys, now's the time. If you want to try them out, it's buy one, get one. It's only for like a week. So you want to hurry on this deal. You go to EdenPureDeals.com and use the discount code CHICKSBOGO. Okay. CHICKSBOGO. That's going to get you buy one, get one on these. So you're going to get 2 of these for the price of one. And they are, I mean, we use this constantly. These are amazing. Amazing. So make sure to EdenPureDeals.com. Discount code CHICKSBOGO if you want to try those out. And I love mine. I have them all over. Okay, so the doctor was really, really cute yesterday because I was just telling Daisy, he looks like you want your pilot to look, right? You want your pilot to look like Captain Sully.
Totally.
And you want your surgeon kind of to look like Captain Sully, right?
Yeah.
And that's what this guy looked like. He was super happy. And at the very end of our visit, because of course we're both wearing masks because it's always required in like any kind of healthcare facility. And so he goes to, we're all done, and he goes to leave. And then he turns back before he leaves the room, pulls down his mask and says, "This is my face." And it was the cutest thing I've ever seen. And so he was just like, "I'm sick of these. This is my face." And I pulled down mine and I was like, "This is my face." And then we were just like, "Okay, bye."
Isn't that the cutest? It's just so cute. I love it so much. And I love that he's older and he's experienced. I swear the last doctor that I had, just for like, I went to one of those Doc in the Box places, he was like Doogie Howser, and he walked in. I wanted to say, "Where's your dad? Can he treat me? Because you're like 12. I know I'm old, but it's just weird. So it's good that he's like solely. That's good. This is what you want. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
This is my face.
This is my face.
This is my face, you guys.
It was
Isn't
so
it the greatest? So
I
great.
just loved him. Thank you, GCQC. Thank you. GCQC is saying about the thunderstorm, the little air freshener thing I just showed you. They've got one. It says, "Oh my God, it got rid of the dog smell within an hour." And
Yeah,
usually
they
it's
do
faster
that.
than that. I mean, they are.
Yeah.
It's like a whole new, fresh, clean room. So anyway, try that out. Okay, so I was just telling Daisy, who missed Tucker last night. If you missed Tucker last night.
I watched Laura Ingraham. You guys, I like stay up until like 11 o'clock at night. I mean, it's so ridiculous. She goes to bed early, I go to bed late. She's like, "Did you miss Tucker?" I go, "Yeah, I missed Tucker, but I caught like the last part of Hannity, and I caught Laura Ingraham of all things, right?" And there's all this stuff exploding about these biolabs. And if you guys, I don't know if you caught that.
Yeah, it's pretty scary stuff. And Tucker, spent like the bulk of his show yesterday talking about US's involvement with Ukrainian biolabs. And so already the White House for a couple days now has been saying these are just crazy rumors. Snopes has already fact checked it. There's no biolabs run by the US and Ukraine. This is crazy talk. This is QAnon. This is nuts. And so Tucker was reluctant to cover the story until they started finding all this evidence. And I suppose the first thing I should do is show you the first thing that Tucker showed everybody, which is this exchange that took place the day before yesterday between Marco Rubio and a woman, like a Ukrainian representative to the State Department. And let me make sure what screen is that I need here. State Department claims. Yes. Okay. State Department claim. This is it. So I'm going to share my screen. You're going to see the question that Marco Rubio asks this woman, right? And her answer. And that is what made Tucker talk about this yesterday. And so this is the moment. I've got it set right to the moment that is important here of this question. Here we go.
Ask you, does Ukraine have chemical or biological weapons?
Ukraine has biological research facilities, which in fact we are now quite concerned Russian forces may be seeking to gain control of. So we are working with the Ukrainians on how they can prevent any of those research materials from falling into the hands of Russian forces should they approach.
I'm sure you're.
Now, you would think, and this is one of the things that Tucker was so mad about, that his follow-up question would be like, "Wizza wuzza?" Like
right
along those lines.
Maybe that's paraphrasing, of course. That's what we would ask. We would be like, "Wizza wuzza wuzza."
That would have been my question. Yeah. And like
Right.
Marco Rubio, immediately what his next question was to say something along the lines of, okay, so basically Russia is preparing to put the blame on the United States or Ukraine for any kind of biological warfare that they may engage in. Like that's the narrative, right? The White House is saying, oh, Russia just wants everybody to believe that it's going to be Ukraine who's responsible for any biological attacks or chemical attacks on their people. But he didn't ask that. Like Marco didn't like refute that. He just went along with that whole, oh yeah, this is Russian disinformation, even though she just said, yeah, this exists. And now Tucker went back and found all this other evidence, right? Like, so there's a Washington Post article from 2005, August 30th, 2005, the very first line from the Post. It says, the United States and Ukraine agreed yesterday to work jointly to prevent the spread of biological weapons, signing a pact that clears the way for Ukraine's government to receive U.S. aid to improve security at facilities where dangerous microbes are kept.
Okay, and when was that?
Sounds bad.
When was that article? When was that article written?
That was August of 2005.
August of 2005. 2005.
2000.
Oh my God.
And that, by the way, is when Senator Barack Obama and Senator Dick Lugar went to Ukraine to sign off on all of these agreements that, yeah, the U.S. is going to help you secure all these super dangerous pathogens that you have that were
Right.
Soviet era, lab thingamajiggies, which are super dangerous. And so now it is a huge, big fat problem. So I'm freaking out. Tulsi Gabbard is on Tucker. She's freaking out. Everybody's freaking out. Well, then in the next hour, Sean Hannity is talking to Jennifer Griffin about it. And Jennifer Griffin, who I usually put a lot
I like her. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
she's this. She's very
exactly,
this,
Exactly.
Right.
Very straight, very like
respectable. Right.
Yes. And has a lot of credibility. And she kind of like downplayed it all. And so now I have no idea what to believe. And I'll play you what she said. And you can take like, here's how she kind of just said, oh, no, it's all fine. Here she is.
Jennifer, but we do know Victoria Nuland admitted that labs existed. What exactly they're for, we never got clarity on, correct?
Well, we do have clarity. I have a fact sheet. That's what I was just reading from here at the Pentagon. And it is a long program that has existed where the Pentagon has partnered with these biolabs. These were Soviet-era labs that, remember the Nunn-Lugar bill and trying to deal with proliferation when the Soviet Union ended? That is part of this effort to try and clean up those Soviet-era labs and make sure that nothing escapes from those labs. And so the U.S. has been very open about its involvement there with that. But what Russia does is they take that information, distort it, turn it around, and turn it into disinformation. And that is what has U.S. government officials concerned, because often they will do that. They lay the groundwork for that. You heard the foreign ministry spokesman, Maria Zakharova, speak about that today from the Kremlin. And then what the Pentagon is concerned about is that may be a pretext for a false flag operation involving bio or chem.
Okay. That's the thing. Have they been transparent about that? And that's I guess that's what the big, I don't know. For me, that's just a question. I don't know if there's been a lot of transparency there, because if there were, then we wouldn't be asking the questions right now. You know what I mean? There wouldn't be questions between the Tucker show and the Hannity show. You know what I mean? It's like, that's kind of strange. But then again, there usually is a discrepancy between the Hannity show and the Tucker show. I see that often. I'm just also pointing that out because there is a difference in tone between those two shows. I'm also pointing that out. There's a difference.
Well, and the problem is that, no one in the United States wants to believe that our own government would have involvement in anything other than like super legit stuff. Like, I have no problem if there was a Soviet era biolab and it was in Ukraine territory, and in 2005 Obama and Lugar were like, we got to get this place secure because we're at huge risk of like a plague like escaping into the world. Yeah, I'm fine with the U.S. providing aid to do that. What I'm not fine with is that, now we've heard the stories about the U.S. funding research at Wuhan that was not on the up and up. That's a problem. And so so now there's already this sort of level of distrust in what our US government is doing with our money.
We've seen what happened with that in 2 years and how it disrupted and destroyed a lot of lives. And how the government is not held accountable for that, and how people are held accountable, but the government's not. So you're right. I mean, I think that it's okay for people to ask questions, especially when those people work for us. We're allowed to ask those questions. It's okay for us to go, so what is that? What's going on? What's the deal over there? What is that?
And it was really weird because during Tucker's monologue, literally during it, the State Department like preemptively released a statement saying, we have never at no time owned or possessed biolabs and like done anything that goes against any kinds of, we're not violating anything.
Yeah.
We're totally on the straight and narrow here. And I don't know if that's true. Now, we still have people in the comments who are like, this is what we were trying to tell you. See, Russia's trying to save the world. No, I don't trust Russia or Putin. That's a whole different.
Russia has like a giant cape and they're trying to save the world. Give me a break.
Russia getting a hold of anything in these biolabs should be the most scariest prospect of all space and time.
No, I mean, the only takeaway I have here is that the State Department watches Tucker. That's the only thing that I've taken away from all of this that I can be sure of. Everything else just, it leads to more questions. Yeah. Russia doesn't have some giant cape, you guys. They're not like, I'm Superman and I'm coming in to save you. If you believe that, good Lord, stop.
Yeah, check out the maternity hospital that they blew up yesterday.
Right. Come on.
Anybody that's defending Russia and Putin, I have no time for you.
Right.
None. They are not trying to like stop a pedophile ring. Okay. Just, oh my God. So Russia is evil. Wow. The problem is that there are clearly biolabs that are not in that don't have the level of security that they should. There are dangerous pathogens and microbes or whatever you want to call them in these labs. And if they get into the hands of Russia, we as a world are borked.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yeah. And then are you going to be like, yeah, they're my savior? Like, yay, Russia has control of that. Yay. Okay.
If you have not seen the Tucker episode, watch it and then watch Jennifer Griffin again. And then, just look at what Snopes is saying, look at what the White House is saying, and then figure out what the story somewhere is probably true in the middle, right? It's not everything's fine. And maybe it's not everything is horrible. Maybe the truth is somewhere in the middle. The problem is that no one can be trusted right now. That's what's so frustrating is that you just don't know who can be trusted.
You're absolutely right about that. And that's why, it's like, I did a post yesterday and it was about schools. It was about, and do this first and then we'll talk about that. We'll talk about, because it was about critical thinking, and I'll talk about that in a second. Go ahead. We'll talk about gold.
Okay.
Let's talk about gold.
Yeah, we do need to talk about gold because of how everything is so borked right now. And so like when you think about the chaos that's happening in the Ukraine and, potentially like a whole beginning of another world war, it is really important to not have all of your eggs in one basket when it comes to financial institutions and finances in general. And gold is just one way to diversify. So if it's something that you've thought about, like having actual physical gold on your person, in your home, somewhere that can't be cyber attacked, we like Acre Gold. That's the company that we use to get our gold because it's a subscription layaway kind of deal. So if you don't have like huge bunch of money to shell out right now for a big stack of gold, you can like lay away it. It essentially is how it works. You pay $50, $100, $250 a month, whatever, and you can invest in gold over time that you will be mailed as you earn it. And that makes it really, really easy. And then you get it like in this cute little package. I don't know if you have it available. I don't have it. I don't have it with me, but I know I don't have it with me, but it's like it looks like a little, it's like a little card, and then they have like the little gold, and then they're like, here's your gold. It's nice. It's lovely. And you're like, look, I got my gold. It's so great. Yeah, it really is. And so you guys, if you're interested, check out the website, see what you think. It's getacregold.com/chicks. And you can also still qualify. They do the giveaway on a routine basis. So if you tweet about it, you post about it, and you tag @get_acre and say, hey, I'm doing this, and here's why you should too, then you could qualify for a free bar of gold. So it certainly doesn't hurt to try to be the winner of that gold. So it's getacregold.com/chicks. Please continue.
I was just going to say that critical thinking is critical now more than ever, because like I did a post yesterday on chicksontheright.com about the University of North Texas. It's in Denton, Texas, which is up near Dallas, which you think that Texas is red, right? It's not red, you guys. There are so many like liberal freaks here. It's crazy. Well, if you watch the video, there's a bunch of kids. They're all like in black. They got their beanies on. It's like I said it was like the Antifa line at PacSun. All these kids are wearing. and and they're chanting when Jeff Younger is a candidate. He's a candidate, a House candidate. And he's the guy where his wife took their 3-year-old kid and tried to transition. She was starting to transition their 3-year-old kid. He was a twin. He's one of twins. And so he is running for office because he's like, I don't think little kids should be transitioned, which they shouldn't be. You know, little kids shouldn't be.
Good Lord.
3 years old. Yeah. So anyways, and so they're allowing her to do that. I can't believe that that's happening. But anyways, he's running for office. He came to speak on the campus and they all started screaming. These kids started screaming, F these fascists, F these fascists. He got ran off. A bunch of the conservatives on campus who had him speak were getting also run off too, became kind of violent. It was just like this really awful scene. And when I saw that, I thought to myself, it's just like these kids can't think critically. Like they can't, first of all, they don't know what fascism is. Second of all, kids nowadays don't have the ability to think critically. And that worries me, especially in light of like what's happened, what we were just talking about with these biolabs. Like, I think our generation is probably the last generation that has the ability to think critically. I really do. I really believe that because they're not taught to think that way. They're not taught to look at all the different angles and go, okay, now I need to discern for myself, like what is actually the truth? Because these kids just think one way. They've been taught to think one way, you know, unless their parents are telling them you need to maybe think differently or think critically. This is because I'm the only person that's teaching my daughter how to think critically. And I know you're the same way. You teach your son that way. And I think a lot of conservative parents are that way, but otherwise they're not taught that way. That's terrifying. And so they're fed propaganda and that's what they're fed and that's it. And so you have to do that with people. And then especially with this kind of stuff, you have to look at, it's kind of what you were just saying. You have to look at all the different things and kind of figure out, okay, what's the truth here? Because the truth is somewhere in the middle, right?
I mean, we can only hope it's somewhere in the middle and not on the extreme that would mean that we're all going to die of like some crazy plague.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's just terrifying. And it's more frustrating than ever that we don't know who we can. I mean, I want to believe Jennifer Griffin. I would love that. I would love to just be like, okay, Jennifer Griffin, she seems to know what's going on. I'm just going to take her word for it. But I don't know if we can. Not that I believe she's malicious or has bad intentions.
Right.
I just don't know I don't know at this point I don't think we can trust our government. We've seen that time and time again. And so I don't know. I wish I knew. Well, I wish I could just definitively tell everybody, listen, it's going to be fine. And here's why I know that, but I don't.
Well, I think with all the things going on though, I can pretty much guarantee you that it's not going to be weather that kills me.
Right. And I can definitely tell you that if it's coming out of the word, if the words are coming out of the face of Jen Psaki, it's not true. And I can give you an example of that from yesterday, because now, of course, everybody knows it's not like we all don't know and we all can't feel what's happening with gas prices. But the new spin, and this is just ridiculous that like she thinks anybody's going to buy this. The new spin is that Putin is the cause of the high gas prices, even though they've been up since way before any of this happened. Right.
This is what they're doing.
So here's a little clip from her yesterday, just doing the spin.
Putin began his military buildup on Ukrainian borders. The price of gas at the pump in America has gone up 75 cents, which is significant, of course.
The price of gas on February 14th was at a highest level since 2014. So it was already at an elevated level. I want to ask you.
And the buildup of troops was even before that.
Oh, my God.
If that were true, then back before that, she would have been saying, this is Russia's fault, you guys, and here's why.
Right. Yeah.
But she wasn't
saying
that.
But the problem is, like, those kids at the University of North Texas and Denton, they believe her. And that's like, people like us know that she's full of shit, but people that cannot think critically are like, oh yeah, it's Russia's fault, you guys. It's Putin. It's totally Putin. I mean, this is, they believe it. This is why they vote for Democrats, because they believe this garbage. They actually do. There are people, like you said, nobody believes her. There are people who believe her. They'll look at her and go, oh yeah, must be Putin.
She put them in their place.
Yeah. It's just, it's insane. Like if you actually look at the data, They went up the second he went in office, and he said, no Keystone Pipeline. I'm going to go ahead and reverse all the energy independence that Trump did because I'm a complete moron. And I'm going to reverse everything that Trump did because I'm a complete moron. They went up immediately. I mean, if you have a shred of a firing synapse in your brain, like, you know what is going on here. But if you cannot think critically, then you're just going to go, oh, Psaki she's right. So smart. She's so smart.
You got to see another example of someone who does not think critically and who Nancy Pelosi is so completely psychotic.
Oh my God.
Like, I cannot believe anyone listens to her. And there's something weird going on with her infatuation. I would even use that word. I know it's a strong word, but she's got like a thing for Joe Biden. There's something weird about her.
I agree.
Right? Did you see this clip about Biden yesterday?
No, but she's done it before, Mock. She's done it. Like, she has a thing. She's like, Biden. She is.
It's weird. It's not normal. And this is a perfect example. I have this really short clip of her. Like, she's acting as though he is some sort of savior. And it's psychotic. Here it is.
With this president, this Joe Biden, this president with justice, environmental justice, economic justice, so much has been accomplished.
That's
oh my God.
Normal. That's not normal behavior.
It isn't. Like, it's she is just so wackadoodle. I swear, that woman. And there are people out there who think that she is so great. There are women who think that she's such a good example for other women. Oh my God, that makes me sick to my stomach. Gross.
I just, she's like, this president, this Joe Biden. I mean, like, it's not normal how starry-eyed she is over him. It's just freaking weird.
Yeah, it's
okay,
gross.
I have two more clips. The first one is of Greg Gutfeld talking about Kamala going to Poland and Romania.
Oh,
and
yeah,
like
she's
how
doing that.
Ridiculous it is that they have.
Is that
sent her,
today?
and what an insult it is.
That's today, isn't it?
She's
She's
already
going
there.
today.
I think she got there yesterday.
Okay, all right.
But I love what he said about it, because he's basically saying this is, now we have actual policy of virtue signaling. And so I thought that was a really good point. Of course, he always tells, I love the way that he expresses himself about these issues. Here it is.
This is the first time I've seen virtue signaling as foreign policy, right? They are just sending her there to send her there. And it replaces actual real progress or action. That's the problem with virtue signaling in general. People go on Twitter, they type something, and they instead of actually doing something. So this is exactly like that. I go back to the crazy idea of the mediation. Why not do an audacious diplomatic act where you send people of actual grand substance, two American presidents, Obama and Bush, or Obama and Trump? What a road picture that would be. Yeah. And they go and they meet with these two guys. And what that does is it solves some issues. You might get a ceasefire out of it. You give the proper deference even to the madman or the evil man, and you might actually get somewhere. This is just, as I think it was used, it's a kind of a slap in the face. You're sending the least qualified vice president ever to do something in the first ground war that we've seen in Europe in decades. And this is how we respond. This is pure virtue signaling, meaning it's entirely worthless.
I don't think it's just her. I think they're sending Millie too. I think they sent her and Millie, who, look what he did in Afghanistan. Talk about a slap in the face.
God.
They're sending both of
Millie?
They're sending Millie too. Yeah, that's what I heard last night. And I'm like, seriously? You're sending like the two biggest freaking losers? Why would you do that?
Gosh.
Like, it's like, it's a slap in the face. I mean, it's embarrassing what we're doing. I'm embarrassed by that. Like, I mean, you're representing me as an American when you send these jackasses over there. Like, why would you do that?
And what is she going to do? Like, what is she going to do? Is she going to be like,
cackle?
We need to look at the root causes of
She's
this
gonna cackle.
conflict.
She's going to giggle and cackle and look like a complete idiot.
Gypsy Princess sent a super sticker. Thank you very much. And would like you to lean to your right to show the sunrise, please.
Oh my God, that's right. It's there.
There
There it is. Texas says hello. There we go. Sorry, I was covering up with my giant heed.
Now, I do have one video that will make people feel a little bit better, at least about the state of the world as it relates to average Americans and what they think about Joe Biden. This is kind of just a quick montage of some man on the street questions about Biden and gas prices, and literally everyone in it is like, that guy is worthless. And so it makes me a little bit hopeful about the future. And hopefully it'll do the same for everybody watching. Listen.
Biden says you're polluting if you don't drive an electric car. What do you have to say?
How am I going to work?
He needs to keep in mind he's been rich forever. Like, a lot of people can't just, oh, no, yeah, I'm just going to switch to a Tesla.
He better focus to the gas price, not about the pollution.
If he's going to support us and basically give us some electric cars, I don't see why not, but he ain't giving nobody a car.
It's pretty accepted that we all pollute as part of our lives.
Everybody else is polluting.
You're polluting if you do a lot of things. I don't really care what Biden says, to be honest.
Joe Biden doesn't know what he's doing and what he's doing to this country.
F Joe Biden.
I love it. That's so great.
So, I mean, people know, right?
I'd love for that person with the microphone to just come to my neighborhood and ask a lot of the ranchers what they think about Joe Biden, and if they were willing to get an EV, get like a Tesla or some sort of an electric vehicle, just to
even
see.
Elon Musk is like, we need to drill. You know what I mean?
Right, because he understands. Because he's a smart guy. That guy's a smart guy. He understands it. He understands industry. He gets it. These people are idiots. These people running our country are freaking morons. God.
Total morons. Can I just tell you about my favorite story from yesterday was about a guy that was trying to sneak from Mexico to California with 52 snakes and lizards in his pants.
In his pants.
Bags of like little, imagine like Ziploc baggies, okay, filled with snakes and lizards, just shoved everywhere in his pants. In all the places.
Oh my God.
No.
That sounds
horrific.
horrific.
That story.
What in the world? So he's got a bag full of snakes and lizards, and then like all the euphemisms that I could throw out here. You know what I mean? Like, there's all sorts of inappropriate things I could say. I'm gonna go ahead and say this is a family show. You know?
That just cracked me up. I love that story. Also, thank you, Missy. You little scamp.
Baroni.
One other quick thing before we get to my pillow talks. Amy Schumer, as you know, is like co-hosting with two other women that I forget. Wanda Sykes is one of them.
Yeah,
and
that's
somebody
one.
I don't know. Hosting the Oscars. And so, Amy Schumer's starting to get some interviews about it. And what she is saying, it does actually make me want to watch a little bit, because she's saying that she is planning on burning every possible bridge. And that's intriguing to me, I gotta say.
So wait, so she's gonna do exactly what what's his name did? What was his name? Yeah, she's gonna do. So she's basically gonna copy him and do exactly what he did.
Listen, that would be great. I think more people should do what he did. More people should call out the people in that room for being the total hypocrites they are. Now, I don't know if that's what she's going to do, but she did talk a lot about burning bridges. And I thought, I'm down. I'm down to see that. I'm down to watch that happen.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Well, it'll be interesting. I haven't really seen her do much lately. So it'll be interesting.
Like getting liposuction and like dealing with trying to get pregnant and
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this goes. I just have no interest. I have 0.0% interest in the Oscars and all of these yahoos. I just don't give a crap about these people.
Well, and
is that wrong?
No, and they've already had like all the, the shows that lead up to the Oscars.
Yeah, like the 50 other ones.
All the other ones.
Yeah.
I have not paid one speck of attention, not even to the dresses. And usually I like to look at the dresses.
Yeah,
I haven't even looked at that.
I know. There have been so many other shows. I just don't care.
I don't even know when they're on, honestly. So it's
Yeah,
probably like this weekend. I have no idea.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to figure that out so we can let you guys know in case you care about that. So.
Okay, so it's time for My Pillow Talks, and don't forget, you guys, they are brought to you, of course, by our friends at My Pillow, and you can get a copy of Mike Lindell's book if you order anything from mypillow.com/chicks. Use code chicks. You'll get discounts on anything and a free copy of the book. Okay, I have lots and lots of choices here today. I'm thinking about starting with a gal that I follow, Courtney Michelle, I think is her name, and she is making fun of influencers. In this particular video, the caption, because I don't think you'll be able to read it, says, "Rich influencers trying to be relatable while they're getting paid." So here she is. There we go. Okay. She's getting ready. Okay. Oh, jeez Louise. There we go. Okay. All right, here we go. Perfect.
Hey guys, happy Monday. Today I just want to talk about how important authenticity is. But first, a lot of you guys have staples I use.
My
God. A lot of you have been asking what kind of staples I use.
Staples, yeah. So very, very important.
Oh my God. Okay.
Those people.
You're going to love this because I believe that this is a Great Dane who looks an awful lot like Miss Astrid.
Oh, Astrid. Oh, Astrid.
It looks like Astrid. And I don't know why this particular dog is having a tantrum, but it is.
Oh no, you can't get everything. Hey, don't.
He's so mad.
You look ridiculous. You look ridiculous. Yes, you do.
It looks so much like Astrid, but it acts like, but she acts like Cass.
Is that enough? Are you done?
No.
I love that dog. Okay.
So diva-like.
This dog like scared herself and then just acted like she didn't.
Oh my gosh. No, it's all good. I didn't do that. It's all good. I didn't fall down the stairs. I didn't.
That was some good recovery right there. That was
didn't
good
fall
recovery.
down. I didn't fall down the stairs. I didn't do it.
It's fine.
I don't know what you saw. I'm good. Everything's good.
And then you know how dogs like show their guilt so much when they've done something wrong?
Totally.
Never has a dog shown more guilt than this dog.
Oh my God. Who did this? Who did it?
He's like, oh, he totally did it. He's in the corner. He totally. That's the great.
Oh my God. I wanted to finish talks today with actually like an educational one because now, of course, as we've been talked about in today's show, there's this push for everybody to drive EVs, to get an electric car. It's going to save the planet. Everybody needs to stop relying on gas, blah. But this woman is going to explain why that is such a complete joke. Watch.
We all know that lithium is the metal element in the batteries in electric cars. But the question is, will we have enough lithium as we build more and more electric cars? Why the shift from gas vehicles to electric vehicles? to lessen the carbon footprint, of course. But what new footprint are we making when we now rely on energy created from such a comparatively rare element on Earth? The amount of lithium we have on Earth is between 30 to 90 million tons. That sounds like a lot, but if car manufacturers stick to their promise of more electric cars, our demand for lithium could be as high as 20 million tons by 2040. But it's not just the low abundance of lithium, it is how we are getting the lithium, and that's from mining. And we all know that mining and refining produces a lot of greenhouse gases. Also, who owns the mines? Should we be concerned that the demand for lithium could turn into fights between companies and countries? It will only become more expensive to mine lithium, and so its price could possibly increase to an amount that makes electric car prices too high. We could turn to ocean water, which contains 0.2 parts per million of lithium, but that's a lot of ocean water and energy we would need to extract even just a kilogram of lithium. And do we really want to touch our oceans more? I'm not against electric vehicles, but I think this need for lithium shouldn't be ignored as we require and roll out more and more electric cars. I would hate to see history repeat itself in our fight for a precious element on Earth.
I thought that was really helpful.
It is helpful.
To share it. It's from Chemical Kim. That's the name of the gal that's explaining all that. I thought, because there's so many people, especially leftists, who are pushing this so hard, and they don't understand that there are drawbacks of EVs as well.
Well, why would you want to think ahead? Because it's like Democrats think like children, right? They want everything right now. They want this in the here and now. They don't ever think ahead. They don't ever do that. This is like the cornerstone of a Democrat policy. Is I want it right now, and I want it to be free.
Right, exactly. And
that's how they think.
Fix everything. No, it won't.
Yeah.
It actually won't. So
it'll actually F a lot of it'll
a
lot of things up. Yeah.
And then share Chemical Kim's video if you've got somebody that's trying to use that as a talking point. Oh, Morgan said that Maribel says good morning. Hi,
Maribel. Hi. You guys, it's time to bring it in. Bring it in. Oh my goodness, it's Thursday. We have one more day this week. We are like on the downhill slope to the weekend. You guys have a great, great Thursday. We will talk to you tomorrow.